Hey there, Facebook. Hey there, Instagram. Hope you guys are all doing fantastically today. Welcome to the Saturday edition Coffee with Jared. Really excited for today's episode. Today, we're going to be talking 3 ways to create rapport. This is a massive factor when selling, with creating relationships, with building a business. Is your ability to be able to create rapport with people. Create a rapport with somebody that just literally just creates an instant connection, something that can enable you to be able to have that connection with somebody that can help you sell your service, cross promote, create business relationships, all this type of stuff. And I'll be talking 3 ways today to create rapport. If you've been tuning into the previous episodes, we've had some killer content around ways to social media, heaps of different types of strategies, things like that to help you guys hit the next level. So as you guys are tuning in, let me know, where are you from? Welcome to the call, Lee. Hope you're doing well, man. Been a long time. So hit us up, guys. I want you to let us know in the comments, where are you from to start with? That's the first thing. Where are you from? Secondly, what I want you to do is I want you to share the stream. More people need to hear this information every single day. And if you share the stream on Facebook, what I'm going to do is I am going to give you guys a shout out as well. And if you can guess anything that I talk about throughout any of the subjects I talk about here live, you get a 5-night stay in Bali, 5-night stay in Thailand, accommodation covered. You just cover your own flights there, right? So as you guys are tuning in, let me know, where are you from? And let's get cranking with things. So rapport, I believe, is the number one important factor when it comes to your ability to be able to sell a product or service. Now, when it comes to building a relationship with a new potential client, it's okay to have a structure to go by. It's okay to have a process to go through, to have a script, to read from the script, to use the process, etc. However, there's some other factors that must come into it in order to create rapport with people, and that type of rapport then that will enable someone to go, I like you, I trust you. These factors that are very important when selling a product or service, or negotiating a partnership deal in business, or it could even potentially be that you're looking for investors and all these types of things as well, right? So this is what we're talking about today, is how you can go about creating that rapport that enables you to be able to have good quality conversations with people. So basically, first step in any sales conversation, any conversation you have with somebody, anything that you're looking to do when creating rapport with people, because you guys are going to be calling, right? You're going to be making phone calls across the people. You're going to be jumping on Zoom calls. You're going to be direct messaging people. You're going to be looking for heaps of other additional types of ways to be able to speak to people. You're going to be chatting with people on the phone, Zoom, anyway. You're going to be chatting through multiple forms of contact these days, email a lot. Most of what you'd be doing is you'd be wanting to either jump on the phone or you'd be wanting to jump on a Zoom call with someone, the way we sit right now in this climate. So the first step to creating rapport, or the first main thing I find around creating rapport with people, is active listening. Now, active listening, we were born with 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. And I have a lot of people come to me and this is why introverts are actually really good at sales, right? It's because they don't talk as much as your extroverted, boisterous type person, right? Welcome to the call, Cherry. Welcome to the call, Ida. Hope you guys are doing well. So let me know, how's your day been? Comment below. Let me know if you can guess any of these we've got going on today. It's 5 nights in Bali, 5 nights in Thailand. So active listening, right? So I find that this is why people that are introverts are really good at this, because 2 ears, 1 mouth for a reason. Always listen more than you talk. And when you do talk, say something that's profound, say something with meaning, right? Yesterday we spoke about mean what you say and do what you say. Do what you say and mean what you say. And I had a guy on Instagram say to me, that's not right. You've got to ask for, permission or something like that, he said, right? And I've gone, ugh, ask for permission to be honest with people, to mean what you say, to actually do what you say, ask for permission for that or something along those lines. Whoo, dude, oh my God. So active listen. So what I mean by active listening is when you're having a conversation with someone, you're listening to what they say. And they're telling you exactly what's going on. They're telling you a challenge. They're telling you something about themselves. They're telling you something about their business. They're telling you something about their day. They're telling you something in depth. And it is your job to actively listen. And active listen is being active, right? It's active listening. So active means you got to do something. It doesn't mean that you're just listening. Like if I was just to listen, like you guys are just listening to me right now. That's all you're doing. You're just listening. You're not active listening. The art of active listening would be that if someone said to me, I need more leads. Okay, so you need more leads. That's active listening. I've repeated back to them what it is that they've said to me. I've actively listened to them. People want to be understood. People want to be, they want to know that they've been heard, right? If you look at some relationships that break down, it's because one person feels like the other person's not listening to them. I feel like they're always not there. They're off in space. It's like when husband's sitting down watching the TV and he's glued to the TV, wife is talking flat out, okay? And she asks him a question and he says, yeah, or something like that. It's like, that is not active listening. Yeah, love, I agree, right? It's not active listening. Okay, darling, so you were saying about this. Yes, that's what I was saying about. That's active listening. So you got to be actively listening to people. The only way to actively listen is to speak some words out of your mouth, okay? Or start doing whatever it is that person is talking to you about, okay? Actions speak louder than words, right? So active listening is step number one. When creating rapport, you must be actively listening to people. If people jump on a phone call with you, or they jump on a Zoom call with you, or they book a meeting with you in some way, shape, or form, you don't have your mobile out, you don't have it even on the freaking table, right? You don't mess with it. You listen to the people, you actively listen, you repeat back what it is that they're saying to you so they know that you've heard them, okay? So that's the first one, is actively listening. Share the stream too, guys. More people need to hear this. Keep sharing it out. Share it in all the groups. Give it to more people. The second one is watching the speed that you use with your language. There's such a thing called mirroring. It's a NLP technique, they call it, right? Matching and mirroring. And it's an ultimate way to be able to create rapport with people, supposedly, right? Through NLP. But really, it's been used for many years before that, before NLP even worked out what it was called. It's been used for years and years and years. From the door knocking days right down to, when you're physically booking meetings with people, all this type of stuff. So watching the speed of your tone of voice. So if someone speaks reasonably slow, you don't want to be talking to them really, really fast, because there's no way they're going to be able to comprehend exactly what you're saying. And you got to take a breath, right? So speaking a little bit slowly and articulating what it is that you say to people to help them keep up with you, right? Not everyone is fast at talking like I am. I talk really, really fast from time to time, really, really fast. And some people need to say to me that, hey, Jared, you need to slow down a little bit because you speak way too fast, right? So the second one is watching the speed of your tone, right? Using your tonality in your conversations with people to engage these people back in the process, right? So that's number two. Number two is watching your speed, watching the speed that you use with people. That was number two. Number three is, this is a big one for me, respect, right? Respect the person and their time. If someone's taken an hour out of their time to spend it with you, you owe them the respect of respecting that. Time is the most valuable resource, right? So you can quite simply say, thank you so much for booking the time today. I really appreciate it. First part of today's call, what I want to do is I want to go through and talk to you about blah, blah, blah. Go through and ask you some questions just to see if there's a way that I can be able to help you out. And if I can, that's great. If I can't, that's also cool. Can you tell me a little bit about what it is you're doing right now? Right? So it's giving people the respect because they've set aside time for you, and it goes both ways. You give respect to them, they give respect back to you in return. It's always give, it's never take, right? You give something to someone, you will receive in return, right? So the third one is respect, right? So it's having the respect for someone else and their time, and you having the respect, you're respecting that and them respecting back, right? So it's a reciprocal thing. So that's the three things that you must have in order to create rapport. There's many other types. There's like body language. There's breathing patterns. There is, many different other 25 different cognitive biases of the brain as well when it comes to elemental psychology as well, and behaviors and all these different other aspects to it as well, right? There's so many other different aspects, but really, like, if you can just have these three, it makes a huge difference. For example, someone that sits like this, for example, is thought of as quite an intelligent person, right? So when it's a weird thing and weird concept, I understand. But someone that sits like this, they're thought of as quite an intelligent person, and when they do talk, they're listened to, right? Little types of body language type things that you can do in order to up level what it is that you are doing, which is you're creating relationships with people and filtering more people through the sales conversations in your business, right? So if you can create rapport, that's like a little 1%er in your sales conversations that you guys are going to have. So just by creating more rapport with people, you're going to get more deals, right? You're going to have a bigger follow-up pipeline. More people answer your calls. You're going to create better relationships with people just by having that one thing called rapport. So you follow these three things that we talk about today, which is around the actively listening to people. I hear so many people try to talk over another person. You want to actively listen through the process. Number two is you watch your speed, the speed in which you interact with people. I know for a lot of people, it's like when you're really fast at taking action and doing things, coming to someone who's a little bit slower to take things on and to listen, to really hear things and to really like actually get it is what you're talking, it can be frustrating, and it can be either way, right? For the person who's just that little bit slower at talking and that little bit slower to understand things as well, and they've got their processes of learning, etc., right? It can be completely and just as frustrating for those people as well. So it's about adapting to different situations, adapting to different people in order to up level what it is that you're doing, which is around building your business, around creating better relationships, and around increasing your bottom line, or more so your top line, right? So follow those three things, get that done. For those of you that are tuning in, webinar we're running next Tuesday at 8 a.m. And I put the link into the comments for you guys. You want to check that out. That webinar is going to be epic. We're going to be diving deeper into our social media marketing accelerator process that we use. And we're going to be speaking about that live. So those of you that haven't attended, you want to be jumping on that webinar that we're running next week. Today we were speaking about 3 ways to create more rapport. And just by doing these 3 things is going to do that. However, you need some attention on the front end, more people to filter through to these conversations to be able to create more rapport, to be able to, close more sales, that type of stuff, right? So you kind of need the attention and people coming through on the front end. So we've got that webinar. It's on Tuesday. You want to attend, I'll put that in the comments for you all. And if you have, what questions do you guys have around creating rapport before I go and wrap this one up for the day? What questions do you have? And look, I can answer questions around anything else, around business, sales, strategy. I can answer questions around hiring salespeople. I can answer questions around marketing. I can answer questions around anything. So like any questions that you guys have, you can just ask those questions and I can answer them for you here live. Right? That's the whole idea of these live streams, is to be able to show you guys ways that you can increase and grow your business right now, because there's so much opportunity right now. There's so many different people giving you guys advice. We've given you it's probably getting towards 25 to 30 hours worth of content over the last month and a half to give you guys, like, this is what you guys have access to. And it's everything from marketing to sales to business to strategy to mindset to psychology. We've had half a dozen different interviews as well that you guys can have access to around all of these subjects too, different subject matter experts across each field, right? If it's about, growing your page, growing your following, it's about, like, for some reason, Saturdays have dropped off compared to what we normally have been, which, this is the thing. Because I've been doing this so regularly now for the last 45 days, at the start, we had enormous amounts of reach, like organic reach. Like we were reaching anywhere from about 13, 14, 1,500 people right through to, like, the highest we got was just under 4,000 reached. And my page is only people following it, 3,486 or something like that, people following it. And this is what we've found. We've found that, like, we got enormous amounts of reach at the start. And then over time, I don't know what's happened. I'm speaking with Facebook about this too, is that the reach has dropped dramatically from our live streams. However, the engagement has gone up heavily as well, the people that are actively engaging in the content. So I know I'd much prefer engagement over reach. However, it'd be nice to still have that reach, because part of social media is about how can I get more attention on what it is that we do? How can we reach more people, right? Part of the reason businesses fail is because they're not reaching enough people. They're not reaching enough people, putting their product in front of enough people to be able to, grow your business, to be able to reach more people, to be able to, you're not in front of enough people. There's not enough attention on your product or service, right? We aim for getting a couple of $100,000 every single month into our pipeline. Okay. So we want a couple of $100,000 worth of, sales pitched appointments going into our pipeline every single month, because what that does is it increases things. But this is all part of the process, right? So, like, the whole social media thing is a large part of the strategy. It's like, how can I reach more people? How can I reach wider audiences? How can I grow organically? How can I have better quality conversations with people? How else can I go about doing that? All of this is super, super simple. It's all connecting the dots. We cover all this in the 300 Mastermind, by the way. And a lot of our higher end clients, our Freedom Warrior clients, our scale partners are all doing this as well. And they're getting these types of insights on our sessions that we do. So for all of you that are watching, jump on the webinar this week, which is in the comments. And that's going to give you a heap more insight around the whole strategy that we do. And then, you can work out from there whether we're going to be a right fit to work with you or not to help you grow. At the end of the day, 300 masterminds, like $7 a week, you've got actually nothing to lose from that program. $7 a week, that's $10 Australian, absolutely nothing. But you get access to all of our marketing, sales strategies, the lot. You can pay $297 USD in full, and it's even less again. So the opportunity's there. It's at your fingertips every single day. The only reason that we created even the 300 Mastermind is because we're looking for a heap of case studies, a heap of people that we can literally just overload the marketplace with for once things open up, and for when things 6 months time, just overlapping and overloading a marketplace with testimonials and people that have got results and all that type of stuff. That's the whole reason we created the 300 Mastermind, because and it's the same for all of your businesses too. You've got to have something like this in place, something that's low barrier to entry, something that creates case studies, something that shows results for your clients, right? So, and this is all part of the bigger picture marketing strategy you guys are going to be doing too, is showing that what's in it for me, for somebody that comes to you, what's in it for me, right? So this is what you're thinking. You're like, what's in it for me if I do this, right? Well, what's in it for you? 37 to 59 leads in 28 days or less using paid marketing. That's what's in it for you. It's systematic. It gets results. It does it, right? Why am I looking for more case studies, you might say then? Well, okay, we need a lot more case studies for the next level of where we want to go, right? In our business, in our bigger picture strategy. And this is exactly what we'll work on with you guys as well. So I'm going to wind this up for today. What I want you to do, share the stream. More people need to hear this, especially these 3 things to create more rapport with clients. It's great to have all these, scripts and everything like that. However, if you really aren't creating rapport with people, you're losing sales. That's the element of it. And if you're wanting to create more business, win-win relationships, all this type of stuff, exact same thing. You must be creating more rapport with people, because it all comes down to rapport. I'm sorry. So I'm wrapping this up. Remember, if you do not fight for your own freedom, everybody, nobody else will. So get out there, take action, make it happen. I'll speak to you all really, really soon. And I've just noticed there's other questions here. I apologize. I was about to wrap it up. How do we invite people to the webinar call? Just give them the link that I have put into the comments that I've actually, I think, spelt wrong. Let me have a look at this. Unpin this. Let's have a look. I'm going to fix that up while I'm here live with you guys. So that link won't work, but I'm going to give you guys another one right now. So that's how you can do it, Ida. I'll just put a link here into the comments for you. I'm not sure why the H wasn't put in, but that's okay. I'll fix that up. So that's the link. Just follow the link there that's in the comments and invite people across to it. Secondly, your question, customer got result 0.5 kilo in a week. That's great. In the last 2 weeks, he was slowing down, out of track from his meal plan. He told us he put weight on again. What should I do to get him back to his meal plan? His goal is losing 25 kilos in 25 weeks. Okay, cool. So if someone's goal is to hit 25 kilos, like to lose 25 kilos in 25 weeks, you can lose 1 kilo a week, right? You can lose 1 kilo a week. And what it's about is like people, this is the way people are. People will do things for a certain period of time and then they'll fall off the bandwagon, right? Which is all just down to the person, right? And then they'll go and beat themselves up and they'll be like, why didn't I do this? I fell off the bandwagon, this is too hard, they might say, or all these different excuses, right? So a lot of the time, what you got to do is you got to bring people back to the end outcome, right? It's like you started this for a reason. Why did you start it? Okay, I wanted to start because I wanted to lose 25 kilos in 25 weeks. Okay, so why was that important for you to lose 25 kilos in 25 weeks? Well, it's important for me because I want to run around with my kids. I want to be able to be around when my grandchildren are around. I want to, feel better about myself. I want more energy. I want to be able to run around. I want to be able to, not get puffed just by getting out of bed and all these types of things, right? So you got to get back to why is it important for them in order to, and why they got started, and then go, look, people fall off the bandwagon. People, there'll be times where it'll be challenging, right? But we can get you to that goal. What it comes back to is, yes, you might fall off a little bit from time to time and you might have some naughty food and all this type of stuff. However, right, it's my job to help you get back on track. And the best way to do it is just to jump on a call with them, right? It's my job to get you back on track. and help you get towards the end goal, right? So it's all about just jumping on a phone call with them, working out why it was that they got started again, then re-engage them back into that why. Because the only reason people fail is because they failed to hold themselves to the fire. Then it's your job to keep them accountable every single week to ensure that they keep on track with all of their nutrition plans and all this type of stuff as well. Okay. So that's exactly what I would do. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, 12 o'clock Perth, Western Australia time for the Coffee with Jared. Make sure you've got your coffee with Jared, right? Coffee cups. If you want to get some, let us know. We can sort those out for you guys. And then you can sit down, you can have a coffee with me every single day. And literally, coffee tastes a lot better in these cups. It tastes a lot better in these cups. Alrighty, guys. Speak to you soon. Remember, be the warrior. And I will see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock, Perth, Western Australia time. Speak soon.